Good morning, welcome back to On The Road Adventure. The rain has finally stopped. We've had some epic storms here in the UK.
Well, to be honest, today is Saturday and we've been, scaremongering from Thursday and nothing happened. There was no rain.
Well, that's not fair to say. Nothing happened where we are. We're down south in Devon, but I think people in Scotland and Ireland took an absolute battering.
That's true.
So, yeah, could be a lot worse. Anyway, we are seizing the opportunity. It's not raining. It's only a little bit cool and the bikes are out.
So I can't wait. Let's go.
Let's go find a coffee shop.
I asked Rich this morning to take my top box off. Woo! I like this so much more without a top box, and I do notice a difference in how it rides. I don't know about you, but I prefer this much more.
I have to agree, it does look so much better without that pizza delivery box on the top, but it's one of those things that's so useful. Once you've got one, it's hard to go without it. But what we'd really like to do is to get rid of that big ugly box, get rid of this big heavy plate, because there's a lot of weight up top and behind the wheel, which isn't great. And we would love some really nice bags down the side and reduce weight as much as we can. You do notice immediately when you remove those top boxes, the bike feels a lot less top heavy. I'm not sure what the boxes themselves weigh. They probably weigh a couple of kilos, I reckon. And then I've got tools and bits and pieces that I keep in there. But I bet I'm removing 5 to 10 kilos from up that high. What cracks me up is when you watch all the YouTube videos and there's, you know, it's the bullshit versus reality situation again. You see these people, they're going through these epic adventures through the Himalayas and stuff like that. And they never got any boxes or luggage on, you notice that?
Well, yeah, because you don't need it.
Yeah, that must be posh travellers staying in hotels. They haven't got all the camping and all the rest of it, I guess. Hey, speaking of luggage, I have to get some petrol. I'm down to 30-mile range, and I've had a lot of questions about what it's like refueling with this Lone Rider tank bag here, and is it in the way? Because obviously you've got to move it out of the way to get to the petrol tap. So let's stop and get some fuel, and we'll see. So let's have a look then and see just how much of a nuisance this turns out to be. So you can disconnect this one from the 2 clips at the front of the bag, and there's also 2 clips here at the side as well. We do quite like these. They're magnetic, so you just push them out of the way. It's no effort at all, one thumb, and they just snap back on. Look, very good. So same this side. I can just lift that out of the way, get a nozzle straight in there. No problem. There's stuff inside my tank bag as well. It's really grippy on the bottom of the tank bag, so it wants to sit still wherever you put it on the tank. It's got a nice sort of thick rubber texture to it. There we go, job done, no drama.
But you could do the same from here if you undo this. I'm just gonna do mine other way around, just for demonstration. But just in case you're wondering, like I do, can I take this tank bag the other way around? Because I believe it's gonna be easier. So it looks like all I have to do is just this Velcro. Slide. It's a bit tight because you obviously want a bag to, but that's easy enough. Slide it out, and then that's it. So either way just seems quite easy. Right, I'm gonna try to put this back on. Oh, it's like these magnets, they just want to connect.
Well, getting it off, I reckon you had the winner, but I'm not sure about doing it up. It's going to be a bit of a practice thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because it feels like you need to hold it up a little bit. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
Be interested to hear from anybody who's already got one of these, and what's your experience been? But I have to say, I like the quality and everything. I do like having it there. Anyway, a bit obsessed by our new tank bags, I think. Let's go and put some miles on the bikes.
It's so easy to get obsessed with new motorbike parts and different gadgets and things.
Think you can ride up that track up there?
I was thinking that.
Knobbly tyres on you with.
Oh, the traffic that never stops.
Well, as always, we're going out for a little ride with no real plan as to where we're going. Got a coffee shop in mind in a little while. Bit of a regular haunt of ours, that one. Eva likes to go there because there's one lady there that cooks everything, makes it all homemade, and she makes some awesome cakes.
Well, Zoe makes the best cakes in the area.
She really does. But the same question we get asked time and time again, whether it's on the comments or in person, where are you going next then? Well, that's a bit of a challenge this time of the year. From the UK, obviously the weather in the UK is not great in January, so you know, going touring isn't so much of a good idea. But your options are quite limited really, because of course you can't be going north, don't be planning anything like Norway. And into Europe, well, you've got to go a long way south really before it's bearable, especially if you plan to do moto camping. Do you remember last year, Eva, we got impatient and we went to the Picos in April.
Yeah, that was way too early, and we haven't seen too much of Picos because the weather was horrible. So this year we cannot make the same mistakes, but I do want to see Picos at some point this year.
Absolutely, I've been watching videos on YouTube of other people in the Picos and it looks absolutely amazing. There's a lot of off-road stuff in and around the Picos as well. I don't know if we got the skills for that, but I really enjoy watching other people do the sort of tech sections and things, getting right up in the mountains. It looks absolutely stunning. As Eva said, we found ourselves in the Picos up by the Deer, and the weather was so bad we were debating whether to even continue or just lay the bikes down on the side and wait for the wind to stop. Snow and ice all around when we were there. If you've not seen that video, you'll find it on the channel, but we won't make that mistake twice. Suggestions in the comments though, if you've found some good places to you know, make an escape in the British winter, we are very keen to do so. Any options that come our way, we may well take ourselves upon and go out and do. There's absolutely no way I've got the patience to be sat still till April. That's not going to happen.
And we also love traveling on our own bikes with our own things, and if you do travel on your own bike from the UK, it's just so much more comfort than you're on the bike that you like. When it comes to flying somewhere, you've got huge costs of renting things, and it's just not the same as being on your own bike. So considering that, we cannot go anywhere like Greece right now because you would have to cross Switzerland and all that. So yeah, we don't have too many options.
We flew to Sicily a couple of years back. That was really good. I believe it was just starting to snow as we were driving to the airport, and we got off at the airport, sunshine, and took a couple of CB500s around Sicily. That was really good. But as Eva quite rightly points out, we had a lot of problems there based on the equipment and things. I made a foolish mistake to think that my phone was going to tell me through Google Maps the instructions through my Cardo. But of course it was all in Italian and I couldn't understand a word of what the instructions were, so that did not go well.
Well, you could understand the instructions, just not the names of the roads,
street names and things. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I had no visual, so when it said to turn down so and so street, yeah, just couldn't do that. So then I wanted the visuals to put the phone on there, but of course I didn't have a holder. A simple thing, you know, costs a tenner or something for a bag, but we lost the best part of the day trying to find one. So it's these things you've got to consider if you do a fly and hire. It is much better to have your own bike because you've set it up how you like it.
Yeah, and never assume that whoever is renting your bike will think of all those little things that make a difference.
Or even cares about the maintenance of it, to be fair. If you're going to do a fly-in hire, there are some really good companies out there, you know, that specialise in that, especially, you know, smaller companies that hold their own bikes and that sort of thing, you know, as opposed to just hire you a bike from the airport. I think you'll have a completely different experience.
I'm just so glad to be out today. Even if it's winter, it's still good to get out on a good day. We've spoken to somebody in the comments. He was saying how he needs some motivation to get out on the bike, as he only got 4 miles on his new Triumph. So here it is. Here is your motivation to get out and do it.
Yeah, you've been personally called out by On the Road.
Without actually naming you.
You know who you are. We were saying, whenever I've bought a new bike in the past, the 600-mile running period is always a bit of a nuisance because you've got to go back for a service. So I try to get a deal or something, you know, in with a sale to get that first service done, because usually I'm going to be back within 4 or 5 days to have that done. So very often you can strike a deal on that. But yeah, it would drive me absolutely crazy to have a new bike sat there staring at me. It drives me crazy having our own bikes in the garage. After a couple of days I just get like itchy feet. I've got to get outside and get on my bike.
And now that I have the gloves and a gilet from Kais, I feel like I can just ride for hours, even if it's cold.
What's the saying that hikers and that use? There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear.
Yeah, that's true.
That's easy to say when you're wearing your warm heated jacket thing. I suppose that does kind of prove the point though, doesn't it? Last year we were using the cheaper heated vests, but they were really good, value for money, excellent. So, you know, you can get those on Amazon, but you have to use like a universal power bank you put in the pocket, and that is great. It's, you know, for a short ride for an hour or two, spot on. But we were sort of like anxious about when to use the power on it, because you knew that once your heat was gone, it was gone. Whereas these are wired to the battery, so you've got it all day, so you can be confident to put it on from square one. Of course, the downside to that is that if you haven't got the battery packs from Kais when you get off the bike, you're not plugged in anymore. It's a little seaside town, Teignmouth, really nice. We come along this coastal road a lot. It's the a longer route usually to where we're going, but there's so many little bits where it's just absolutely stunning views along here, lots of seaside and things to see. But it makes me a little bit sad. Over there is a train station, and every Tuesday night in the summer all us bikers meet up there, and we do nothing more than stand round for an hour and have a cup of tea. But it's great, we so look forward to it. Every week everybody gets out just for a little hour or two and go and see your friends. But in the winter all of that comes to a stop, the bike nights. I really miss the socialising stuff from it. Well, we just arrived at Devon's Motorcycles here in Torquay, and a bit of a cold ride down. Sadly, the GoPro's packed in along the way.
It's not even that cold, but they just
there's always a problem.
They just keep switching off all the time.
Such is life. We're going to go in and grab a really nice coffee, bit of cake. No other bikers knocking around again today. We've seen a few on the road, but not very many.
Yeah, there's some. But I like the top box, but I don't like the look of it. We took ours out today. It rides different as well with no top box, doesn't it?
I wonder whether it would ride better with the panniers on instead of the top box.
Loads of people do that.
This is Brian. We met him here just outside Devon. He's a subscriber, so we've been chatting for a while. And I noticed he's wearing the Helite air jacket, and he's found a bit of a solution. What was the problem you had, firstly?
Well, the problem I had was where the toggle scratches the tank. So I had to make, out of a bit of microfiber cloth, a nice cover to go over it. And that just stops it scratching the tank. Homemade and badly stitched by me at home. But it does the job. It stops it scratching the tank.
So inside here
Yeah.
is a little clip like a seat belt. Oh yeah, you've stitched that up well, haven't you?
No, it will come out.
So inside this connects to the bike, and then if you pull on that hard enough, it activates the air jacket. But Brian found that it was scratching his tank, so he's made this homemade job here to stop it scratching.
Just a bit of old microfiber cloth.
Very good.
Job done.
Brian's got the Tracer 900. So this is the I've rendered that clip we're saying, so it goes on there. So we don't want that rubbing on the tank, which is very pretty. Lovely bike, that. This is Devon's motorcycles inside. Devon specialise a lot in some of the electric bikes. They are a main dealer for Zero electric bikes, and also these things. These are mutts, which I think are really cool. If you're 17 and got one of those for your first bike at 125, you'd be very happy indeed. They're also stocking and are repairing the CCMs, which are really cool. Have a look at that.
Also, Zoe makes such a good cakes. We actually arrived here too late for the cake.
Sold out, and what time is it? Like 1, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, so that's a shortbread and a flapjack and a coffee.
We're going to have a coffee, warm up, and get back on the bike. Another really good, unexpected day out. We have spent so long here at Devon's. What's the cafe called?
Baffle House?
No, it's not Baffle House. Baffles.
Baffles. Yeah, we bumped into loads of friends and some subscribers, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Turned into a really good afternoon out.
In the winter, there's nothing better than just sitting around, talking bikes and socialising with everyone else who wants to do the same thing. That's probably my favourite thing to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even though it's cold.
It is proper cold now. And the GoPros are playing up on the way down today, so we're going to go home and reinstall it and all the rest of it, do the updates. So for now, we're going to crack on home the fast way.
And I just wanted to say, if you haven't subscribed, please do. We would love to see you on the next video.
You can also find us on Instagram and
Yes.
Facebook. When we're not on YouTube, come and have a chat. There's a whole community there of us bikers, so do come and do that.
So, and I'd like to say thank you to everybody who bought our t-shirt with the Love You Buy. We had quite a lot of you buying them, which we are really positively surprised about. So thank you again.
If you want one, the links will be in the description of any of the videos. So we'll see you in the next one.
I love you, bye.
Love you, bye.